Absolutely. Please do stay on with us, Arzu. We will come back to you for more updates, but for the time being, well, now that we know who Akriti was, let's in fact retrace her steps on the day of the fateful incident, because we have some information that is available in the public domain. So let's retrace what actually happened that day, and this is, remember, just 72 days after her marriage. So let's look at the suicide mystery that is coming to the fore. Let's on 4th of July morning. Let's track her. She returns to work after wedding leave. So on 4th of July morning, it's her first day back to work. She had gone on a wedding leave, and this is the first day that she's coming back to work. This is a Saturday, the day of the incident. Let's see what happens next. Then in the afternoon on the same day, she hosts a small party for colleagues. So usually what happens is, when you come back from a long holiday or a wedding leave, you actually host your friends, your colleagues, and that is what she did when she came back to office. She hosted a small get together for her colleagues over there in office, and clearly she was happy, she was cheerful. This is afternoon on the fateful day. Let's look at 6 p.m. On the same day. What happens next is, then she calls her mother. She sounds really cheerful, and then she starts to head home. So as she finishes work at around 6 p.m., she calls up her mother. She sounds really cheerful. It was her first day back at work. She hosted her colleagues to a small party. She's come back after her wedding, and she sounded really cheerful and wanted to just go back home. That's when then in the evening, what happens is, she reaches the NDMC flats, Palika Kunj in Lodhi Colony. So now remember that this is where she used to stay with her husband. This is the third floor of this NDMC building, and she returns home over here on 4th evening. Then at around 8 p.m., the husband actually calls the family and says that she is missing. So that's the last contact that the husband has with the family of Akriti, and at 8 p.m. on the same day, on 4th of July, he actually calls up her family and says that Akriti is missing. Remember that at 6 p.m. she leaves work and heads home. She reaches home, but at 8 p.m., so in that 2-hour frame, what happened is what the police will investigate. At around 8 p.m., the husband calls up Akriti's parents, tells them that she is missing, and since then Akriti's husband is in fact missing. Now at 9:30 p.m. what happens is, the police then inform the family of Akriti's body actually being found. Now remember that the family is also alleged that they didn't come to know about Akriti's death from the husband. Actually the police informed them, and that's when they came to know. So 9:30 p.m. is unfortunately the time when the police informed the family that her body has been found. So clearly the sequence of events now has been retraced, and the police will obviously try to investigate what actually happened between that 2-hour window. Well, let me go across to Mr. L.N. Rao, former DCP, Delhi Police, who will help us understand why such cases are coming to the fore so frequently. Sir, thank you so much for taking out your time and for speaking to NewsX. We appreciate it. I want to understand from your perspective, sir, this is the third such case that we are looking at over the past couple of months. First it was Twisha, then there was a Greater Noida case, and now we have Akriti. And obviously the parents, the family alleging dowry demands, and later we see unfortunately the death of these individuals.
Good morning, ma'am. Again, this is very serious matter which involves newlywed women commit suicide, and the allegations are serious by the parents of the victim. And now the police will be investigating on all angles, and the evidence which are to be put forward before the investigating agency, those will be analyzed systematically. Now the question why these cases are being increased, that is I think some strained relationship between the family, maybe the nuclear families like that, or in some cases, allegations of dowry are also maybe true, or harassment after the marriage. That may be the reason of that these type of cases being increased. And more particularly, I also contribute to the factor that the you can say tolerance power of the man or women both. I think that is being degraded. Tolerance, and on small issues they fight with each other, and they don't want to try to console these issues amicably between them, and so many other factors also may be the contributing all these things. But I think these are the main. This strain of work also, one of them is there, that both husband and wife maybe in some cases are working, and their workplace stress of work may be one of the also reason, and then come to the family, and in family circumstances also depends on all these things. Maybe the economic factor also, maybe some issues that in some cases that when there is a financial constraint or so many other things, or still relationship, maybe some relationship with some other person of either the spouse, maybe wife may be having some other relations with someone, or husband may be having relations. These are so many factors which are contributing these incidents frequently, and I think that this is a very fresh case, and police will be investigating whatever the reasons is being given by the parents of the victim. Those will be investigated, and if there are allegations of dowry, harassment and demand of dowry, then it will become a very serious matter. It all depends upon the allegations, what the allegations exactly are there, against whom the allegations are there. In such cases, when dowry death is there, then the initial inquiry or investigation is also done by the SDM of that area, sub-regional magistrate. He will conduct that inquiry first, and then the police will also simultaneously will be investigating this case. But the main inquiry will be conducted by the sub-regional magistrate, and on the recommendation of that SDM, further police will be also acting upon all these in such type of cases.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rao, for that valuable perspective on the issue. Let's get in some breaking updates that's coming in from Ayodhya. Now, Rupendra Mishra, chairman of the Ram Mandir construction